Hello, everybody. It is April the 26th, 2020. This is Wrestleview Weekly. I am Doug Lackey. Holy heck. Oh, it's been a day. It's been a week. It's been a month. It's been a year. It's been everything. We'll just go ahead and put it like that. Hello, I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside the effervescent editor-in-chief of Wrestleview.com, Mike Tedesco, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views immediately following them right here on the Wrestleview YouTube channel. Hello. Oh, boy. I hope everyone is staying safe, staying calm, staying sane. I know I'm trying to. We all are. We're trying our best. But I am here to help you try to be somewhat entertained during these trying times. And so, yes, that's what I hope to have to do. And we got a very entertaining show today. Yes, it's going to be a very, very entertaining show. Before I get into what's going to be on the show, I got to get into the pleasantries first. If you're in the chat room now, you say, wee! If you're not in the chat room, there's not a damn thing I can do about that. I saw CJ is going to graduate with his bachelor's. Heck yeah, CJ. I see Jamel. I see Hayden. I see Andrew. I see regular Lewis in the chat room. Hello there. I see Quentin. Who else is in there? Come on, you want to let yourselves... I saw Gills. I saw Nafisa Dotsos. Wee! Who else is in the chat room? Come on, you want to let yourself be known. Mashoon for another Duggamania. Wee! Who else is in there? Come on, you know you want to let yourselves be known. You're not doing a darn thing. You're indoors. Come on now. Ebony, for you jackasses who want to try to figure out a new arts and crafts hobby, go to... Yeah, I saw what you did there. There's Gills in the chat room. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. All right. On the show today, going to be going over NXT and Smackdown. NXT because things that I kind of want to talk about on there. Very interesting things when it comes to character development is one thing. And also someone who was recently released by the WWE is performing in his final 3 matches with the company that is involved in the Little Critter tournament thingy that they're doing for the Little Critter title. So, yeah, Lewis going, no AEW. I know maybe I'll cover AEW this coming week. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I will. If I feel horrible about life, then I'll watch an entire episode of AEW. I guess that's the best way to put it. Also covering SmackDown because it was Triple H's 25th anniversary of being with the WWE, and so yeah, we're gonna talk about that. I guess. I don't know. News to talk about coming down the pipe. Lawsuits being levied against Vince McMahon. And talking about the Gronkowski and what the heck is going on with the Gronkowski? Is he double E? Is he NFL? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. Milk Carton is back to its good old 35 deep, and so we'll talk about the Milk Carton, Lewis. Oh, you mean Orange Cassidy? Oh, I gotcha. Yes, Lewis. I've got to talk about some Orange Cassidy sometime. Yeah, that's the only reason to watch AEW is Orange Cassidy. We all know that. And finally, so you see it in the headline, booking WrestleMania 37. You know, anti-villain saying sup. Hey, sup. What'd you go? Wee! Booking WrestleMania 37. So, just like a lot of you, I've been cooped up indoors. Resorted to watching old stuff on the WWE Network. I rewatched WrestleMania from this year and started thinking, I've been talking about how we should break out the whiteboard and talk about maybe potentially booking WrestleMania 37, next year's WrestleMania. Because, quite frankly, the WWE has already done it. I mean, that's how they book WrestleMania. It's already done. It's in the books, and who knows how they're going to get to it. But here we have my whiteboard. The WrestleMania whiteboard is a clean slate. Had to Windex it and everything. So we have a clean slate when it comes to WrestleMania. But there are a lot of questions that we need to ask about WrestleMania next year that we honestly, we got to know the answers to. Especially when reports from last week about SoFi Stadium in LA, it may not be done being constructed. So that puts a lot of things up in the air with WrestleMania. And so you got to kind of put those into consideration on how is WrestleMania going to be constructed. So I think we're going to talk a lot right now about not just what the matches, who is going to be going against who at WrestleMania, but it's going to be more about what are we going to be having? How is this going to be constructed? So that's what we're going to do. Going to lay out, we got to have a good sturdy foundation for how we're booking WrestleMania 37, and then by the help of you all in the chat room, and believe me, I'm going to depend on you for some things to kind of talk me away from the ledge on some of my thinking. Yeah, we're going to try to book WrestleMania 37. So there we go. Sources. What are the sources today? Brand new brew that we're trying out here. I have been on a Berliner Weisse kick as of late, and so I've got it poured right here. I have not taken a sip of it yet. It is from Divine Barrel Brewing. Divine Barrel Brewing out of Charlotte, North Carolina, right there in the Noda district. We are drinking some Pleasantly Plum. This is a Berliner Weisse, and what a Berliner Weisse is, it is a sour beer brewed and fermented with wheat and lactose and yeast and lactose, so that it's a creamier beer. It's more full. It's like smoothie beer is the best way to put it. The description of what we got on here, it is a Berliner Weisse style ale with plum, blueberry, peach, and lactose. So almost like a peach cobbler. It's like a plum peach cobbler is what we got. And of course, everyone wants to know, what is the ABV on this guy? Do we have one? Yeah, Berliner Weisses are very light. This is a 4.6 is what this is. So, yeah, that's what we're having. Here it is in the sifter of sensibility. Is that what this is? The sifter of sensibility? I don't know. But yeah, so here we go. Pleasantly Plum. Not too sour. Good, healthy amount of plum and blueberry. The hint of peach. But it is it's creamy, so it's like a lactose ale. Berliner Weisse. Maschun ABV is a 4.6, so we're going pretty light today. No tequila, thank God. We aren't going to be doing any tequila for a while. Well, at least not for another 2 or 3 weeks, because next week on the show, we will be predicting the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Money in the Bank, as you all know, again, Money in the Bank the Money in the Bank match itself is being recorded at WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. All of the participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match start on the ground floor, and the briefcase is at the top of WWE headquarters. I cannot wait for this cinematic match. This is going to be fantastic. Let me see. Anti-Villain asking, would I ever dye my hair? No, I won't dye my hair. I like the salt and pepper look. I'm starting to get grayer and grayer, but no, I kind of like how this is. And I like how my sources are. Thank you. Ebony going, they run up the stairs and they're too winded to climb up the ladder. Yeah. People getting stuck in an elevator, fighting in an elevator. Someone pranking them in the elevator, getting in and just pressing every single button. Fighting in bathrooms, conference rooms, cubicles, you name it. I cannot wait. The commissary is going to be nuts. The commissary is going to be nuts. And there's going to be all kinds of other wacky stuff happening. There's got to be a 24/7 title run-in somewhere. There's going to be cameos by all kinds of different people. The McMahons will definitely be there. Of course they'll be there. This is going to be a fun match. The Money in the Bank match. I really cannot wait for this. But, all right. I am very iffy on this whole trying to book WrestleMania 37. But again, I'm going to need y'all's help with that. I don't know how accurate we're going to be, but by God, if we even get one or two matches correct this far out, we are geniuses, and I will need to change my profile page to where it says I actually know shit about professional wrestling. Trying to brace myself here because on the NXT, a little switch, a little swervy swerve of sorts, I guess, as if faces or heels are relevant in NXT. Well, let's just get into it. Little Critter tournament matches. Balor versus Dream, we thought. And an interesting tag match, but really just going to fly on through this. Velveteen Dream says words. Adam Cole interrupts him. Finn Balor was referees were in Fons Balor's locker room. The room was in disarray. Balor is apparently missing. So Regal says he's removed Balor from the show tonight, which means he was abducted by Imperium. It's probably what happened. Michael in the chat room going, wee! Oh, he's asking, are we going to be talking about the Dream? Oh, we'll talk about what's going on with the Dream later on. That's for darn sure. So Velveteen Dream says stuff. Adam Cole and everyone else in Undisputed Era. Sans Kyle O'Reilly comes out. Then Keith Lee comes out. And so we're going to have... Oh, first off, we got to have Keith Lee pouncing Adam Cole because that's always a thing. And so, as is tradition, NXT is getting a Teddy Long special tonight. It is Velveteen Dream and Keith Lee teaming up to square off against Undisputed Era, that being Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Let's go with another Teddy Long special that was brewed up from last week. Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox taking on Dakota. Oh, Mikey. Oh, Mikey. Dakota Kai. Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox teaming up to face Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Spots everywhere for this one. Dipper through. Raquel goes out. And hold on. Shotzi needs help to climb the top turnbuckle to go wee! I'm not doing a wee. I edited this a little bit because there's a lot of wees that are going to be going on here, okay? But a lot of them do not involve an assist to run up to the turnbuckle. Whee! Oh, boy. Your winners of this match would be Dakota Kai. It's Dakota Kai now. And Raquel Gonzalez. After Raquel Gonzalez takes Shotzi Blackheart over the threshold like the happily married couple they are, and then sifts her up to do a one-arm power bomb. This is, oh boy. Okay. Jamal, would be perfect for it, but, well, it might be. I don't know if it would be good for a Jinder Mahal return. The Money in the Bank ladder match. Yes, it would be. Drake Maverick shown, his video was shown of his tearful video when he was released. The WWE used the video that Drake Maverick used for his tearful reaction of being released 2 Wednesdays ago to be used as material for his final matches in the Little Critter title tournament thingy. Everyone is wondering if this Drake Maverick thing is, if the Drake Maverick leaving the WWE is a work or not. I'm pretty sure, again, he's left the WWE. He's not coming back, but it's really weird. It's really weird. The last time I think a WWE release was ever really announced or made light of on WWE television, I think was when John Morrison was released. I think it was when John Morrison was released a good 9 years ago. I think what it was, 8 years ago, something like that. Yeah. But I don't know if we should really buy Maverick leaving the WWE or not, because if he'll be hired back. I got a feeling he's going to be hired back after this tournament. I think. It's not going to be seen as a worky work. The video itself was not a worky work, but I think the WWE will use it to their advantage and do that. Oh, Jamel saying, oh yeah, Dean Ambrose. That's right. They announced Dean Ambrose's departure. That's right. I should have known better. I forgot to think about that guy. Jake Atlas versus Drake Maverick for the Little Critter tournament. It's the first match in there. Ah! I don't know if that's really a we, because I'm going by Drake Maverick's facial expression. Ah! Yeah, that's kind of what I'm viewing that as. It's not really a we. It's more of a ah! Yeah, that's what that is. Okay. But in the end, Jake Atlas, sparkled ass and all, would do a cartwheel into a DDT to win the match. Huh. How long does someone have to stand there to get this done to him? I'm not sure. Jake Atlas gets the win. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Kushida versus Tony Nese. Tony Nese in the Little Critter tournament. All kinds of flippy-dippy stuff going on in here. There's your flippy-dippy. Here comes another flippy-dippy. No, not yet. There's your flip. There's the flippy-dippy. Kushida loving the flippy-dippy. He loves the flippy-dippy. Flippy off the turnbuckle. And then I give you that into arm drag, into flippy-dippy. Always love the flippy-dippy. Then Tony Nese doing the 450 flippy-dippy. Tony Nese with 450 flippy-dippy. And then we end it with Kushida with the hoverboard lock, which is apparently what this is now. Owie. Yeah, hoverboard lock for the win. Kushida gets the win. NXT Tag Champs Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher backstage. Matt Riddle saying he loves looking into Timmy's beautiful blue eyes, and Timmy reminds him that my eyes are brown. Quentin in the chat room going, wee, because of Weisse. I don't know. Kind of out of it for some reason. Allergies are plaguing me this week. Allergies are really plaguing me this week. All of these moves look so fucking stupid. Well, Ebony, I kind of agree with you on that. That's why the Little Critters don't really agree with me. Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux were driving a really nice car in black and white to show that they are coming soon to the NXTs. This is what I would like to talk about here. Yes, we're going to talk about this segment here involving character development in NXT. Johnny Gargano and Mrs. Candice Wrestling, or Candice Larae, are having a nice dinner in their home like every married couple does. And they really just went over and verified a heel turn of sorts, as if heels and faces exist in NXT. But I will tell you, this segment was very good. I mean, it developed characters real well. Johnny Gargano and Candice Lara there. Gargano always believed in himself. Larae shows up with newly dyed purple and gray hair. Gargano flips out and says he's always been a company guy doing all the promotional spots while dirtbags like Tomato Chomper got everything handed to him. Larae says that she was the big sister to the whole roster, but no one was there when she needed them. They're going to tear down NXT and rebuild it in their image, and that'll make history as the first ever married couple as NXT Women Champ and NXT Champ. And then the good guys get what they deserve, and they win. I dig this idea. I dig the idea of them holding both titles and then just having them for a very, very, very long time. Yes, this is way better. This is way better than any kind of turn that Gargano ever had. CJ, so they want to be Triple H and Steph? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, the new Triple H and Steph? Sure, absolutely. So, yeah. Gil saying Candice has done nothing for how many years, and she's been there so this is what was needed. Yep, absolutely. I'm very, very enthused by this. And also, they are now verifiable heels. We now actually have verified heels in NXT. Daniel in the chat room going, wee! Io Shirai says stuff in weird Japanese and weird facial expressions that contradicted what she was doing. Mia Yim versus some chick named Jessie Kamea. This is, of course, a job match to show that Mia Yim is a thing. Neck breaker going into what are we hopping around for? Just do something. Missing that, and it's an STO. And did a protect your neck thing to do the win. Charlotte Flair would come out after Mia Yim's win. And says that Flair says that she wants a match with Mia Yim first. Yim says for the last 5 years she watched Flair grow into the queen that she is. Yim grew up to be the HBIC. Well, Flair says Yim helped make her a star 5 years ago. Yim has always been a good hand. And next week she's going to make Yim a star too. I kind of liked this. It kind of made me feel great in when Mia Yim was first signed up to the WWE. Everyone going bonkers with the indies, like, oh yeah, she should have been signed. Yay, she's gonna be great. And no, she was only used to help others. And so here she, verified in that role as a good hand. I love that. It's so tongue in cheek, so smarky, so pretentious is the best way to put it. A pretentious Charlotte Flair is always a fun Charlotte Flair. Good God. Jack Gallagher versus El Hijo del Fantasma in the other little critter match. Oh God, prepare yourselves. Here's where all the wheeze are coming from. Because El Hijo Fantasma is gonna do a somersault and then leap. A somersault leaping thing. Jack Gallagher has stuff written on his chest now. It is a wee. I'm going to roll, and no, I'm not going to, but I am wee! Oh, God. You know, I kind of like how Phantasma's rolling, get up, and go wee! I like Phantasma's gear reminds me a lot of King from Tekken 7. Yup, wee! Yeah, he's got a real King from Tekken vibe to him, going wee! Gil saying he's surprised about such a long name. I'm sure they're going to shorten it to Phantasma. Wee! Yeah, because the fantasy child does not ring well with me. Wee! That sounds like something that Velveteen Dream would look up. Oh, here we go. Wee! That's enough of that. Fuck, not again. Dodger Ryan reminding me that this is King Cuerno. Yes, this is King Cuerno. Yes. For Doug, for Cuerno, off the ropes and off the ropes again to just suicide dive. It's redundant, sorts. Very I don't know. I'm really getting tired of the dives. We had a lot of dives in this show. I think every single match had a dive through the ropes. I think every match did. El Hijo Fantasma would win this contest. While being victorious in the parking lot, a SUV would pull up with guys in conquistador masks trying to abduct him. El Hijo says, "No, I do not get in Fords. I only get in BMWs. You, no. No. Get back in there, 300 kick." Calling someone a good hand is such a good backhanded compliment. Yes, it is, Jamel. Yes, it is. Main event, Teddy Long special, Velveteen Dream and Keith Lee versus Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Before the match begins, we get a big schmoz involving all four, including Bobby Fish. And then out comes Damian Priest smacking Keith Lee in the throat with a nightstick twice. Keith Lee is essentially out of this match. Come back from commercial break. And we get to the match, and it's basically a 2-on-1 when out of nowhere, and when I mean out of nowhere, it's not in view of the cameras, standing on the apron to take a tag from Velveteen Dream is Dexter Lumis, who last week was seen kind of watching in eerie shadows under Undisputed Era's match that they had last week. So Dexter Lumis just standing there stoically, getting the tag, and he reaches out for the tag to Velveteen Dream, and he starts going bonkers. Spine buster. Nope. Then we give you the sit down Uranagi. Everything else is going on in the background. Goes for the blind tag. And another somersault plancha over the top rope. So much wheeze happening in this contest. But your winner would be Velveteen Dream and Dexter Lumis. Velveteen Dream would get the pin on Adam Cole, and that's very, very seductive after all the stuff that we are going to read about Velveteen Dream later on in the show. What did everyone think of the show? 65% gave NXT a thumbs up, and that's par for the course because nobody watches NXT. That's enough of that. We got to talk about more stupid stuff. More stupid stuff happening on the Smackdown. 25 years of Triple H and very awkward, funny ha-has. Look, it was promoted for over a week that the episode of SmackDown last Friday would be the celebration of Triple H. 25 years being with the WWE. And immediately I was thinking in my mind, okay, are we going to take this seriously, or is this going to be awkward, funny stuff? I mean, who should I expect in this setting? Who should I be expecting? Who are the usual suspects? Shawn Michaels, the Click people. Should I see Scott Hall and Kevin Nash? I'll see the McMahons. Is Stephanie going to show up? I don't know. If we're going to make this serious, is someone going to run in and attack Triple H? And if so, who would it be? Would it be Goldberg? Would it be Bork Laser? Who would it be? But then I was thinking, no, this is going to be as awkward as it can get, with so many references that only the few that watched this for so long would get. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got. But there was a show behind that. Kofi and Big E in the ring, celebrating their tag team championship victory of sorts. It's the 8th time they won the tag team titles, and no one is there to do the clapping. There's no one there to clap. no one there. This would cue up every tag team that you can immediately think of from SmackDown to come out and claim their spot to try to have a shot at the tag team titles. You would have the Lucha House Party, sans Kalisto come out. You would have Miz and Morrison come out, and then finally Forgotten Sons would come out. All of them would say words, but Forgotten Sons would end up standing over everybody. In time, Lucha people are saying Spanish, and the Miz reminding Morrison, "You wrestled in Mexico. What the heck did he say?" Yeah. So right now the SmackDown Tag Team division is just, it's just there. It's a cluster. Usos weren't a part of this segment. I don't know why. I don't know why they weren't there, but your guess is as good as mine. Money in the Bank qualifying match. Drew Gulak with Daniel Bryan in tow facing Karen Bourbon. Drew Gulak doing sliding things because he doesn't do airborne things. Let's do that one more time. This is about as airborne as you can get. Almost a little paint by numbers match. Little dragon screw leg whip into the, well, not really a dragon screw. He didn't really twist things. Jamel saying he misses the bar. I miss the bar. I do like the Forgotten Sons, though. Forgotten Sons are a really good look. They're a very good team. I just wish that Jackson Riker would do something, for Forgotten Sons. He's done nothing in the ring for the past 5 months. So, oh well. But while this is going on, Daniel Bryan gets abducted. I'm sorry. I just find that incredibly hilarious. Just how quickly Cesaro and Nakamura run up there and get him, boys, snigger snag, get him, give him a purple nurple. I just love how he's just quickly whoop, get him. And I just love how the camera's just right there just to be in the background. Get him. I don't like it that they threw him shoulder first into it. They should have lifted him up and thrown him back first into it. That would have been great. It's funny. Get him, boys! All right. Karen Bourbon would win the match. So, there you go. Sheamus versus some guy named Daniel. Not the one in the chat room. He would win. Sheamus is not happy that Michael Cole was talking about Jeff Hardy for the 3rd straight week in a video segment. And so he yanks off his headset. I think. He does. Yeah. Big dum-dum. Stop talking about Jeff Hardy. He's a drunk. All right. Miz and Morrison versus Lucha House Party. I love how when Roy covers SmackDown that he only calls this a double team effort by Lucha House Party. Because seriously, how do you write this? Yeah. This would take me at least 7 or 8 minutes to type out. And it would put me so far behind in the recap. Yeah. So much stuff. Lucha House Party. They're fun. They do things all around in the air. Lucha's going to do it again. Lindsay going flippy-dippy into stunner, into a blind tag. But it don't matter because Lucha, well, it does kind of matter because the Lucha House Party would win over Miz and Morrison. Miz would try to go for the skull-crushing finale, but Metalik would roll him up. Yeah. Fun stuff. I love it when... Yeah, whatever. I don't love it when anything. Sasha Banks coming out, fanning herself to the picture of Lacey Evans' child. She's done this before. This is not the first time that she has done this fanning act. Sasha Banks versus Lacey Evans in a Money in the Bank qualifying match with Karen in tow. We got the little Meteora from the Banks is what we get. It's what she does. Yeah, Lucha House Party won a match, Jamel. I'm shocked. Yes, I'm just as shocked as you are. Lacey Evans would connect with two women's rights. The first one connected, but then she would get the foot on. Banks would get the foot on the ropes thanks to Karen, who Karen greatly just says she's got that ring awareness. I am really digging the empty arenas when it comes to the women's matches. They are so much better now that I can hear all of them yelling at each other. Oh boy, man. No, it's fun. Actually, Karen is very good in these empty arena settings. She's been very vocal. Very, very good. But your winner in the end would be Lacey Evans with the second women's right. Yeah, CJ, Karen is becoming such a heel. It's hilarious. Yes, she needs to be called Karen. She must be called Karen by anyone that ever tries to make fun of her or insult her. Just call her Karen. Oh, it's great. Oh, man. What else have we got here? Video package of Strowman and Wyatt. Oh, yes. Women's tag team title match. You never got this when the Japanese vaginas had the women's tag team titles, because this is, in fact, I think the second week out of the past 3 weeks since WrestleMania that the women's tag team titles have been defended. Imagine that. Novel concept. Past 3 weeks, twice the women's tag team titles have been defended. It's like they're trying to make them a thing. This one was a good wham bam short one. Short one, didn't take long to go to a commercial break. Nikki Cross sending Carmella into the things, and yeah, I'm really happy. Holy crap, here comes Dana Brooke. Gills, it does involve the Iconics, so who cares? Yeah, I kind of agree with that one. But who'da thunk that Bliss and Cross are taking a page out of the Dudley Boys? Look at that 3D. Bliss and Cross with a 3D for the win. Yes, they would win with this. I don't know what they're calling this. Just call it the 3D. It's either that or you call it the Bliss Cross applesauce. Nikki and Alexa are probably 6 foot tall combined. I think that's about right. Yeah, they're about 6 foot tall combined. Yeah, just call it the Bliss Cross applesauce. That sounds great instead of calling it the 3D. 3DDT, says Ryan Satin. Oh, God. Ugh. Quentin, I miss the Iconics. I miss the Iconics too, honey. Triple H 25th anniversary celebration. If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Social distancing. Why didn't Shawn Michaels have a 25th year anniversary? Well, Triple H saying when I get back to the office, heads are going to roll. Ric Flair and Stephanie McMahon would all get on a phone and say funny things like Rick saying, don't let Shawn super kick you at the end of the segment. The 3DD? No, I don't think so, Jamel. Shawn Michaels bringing up I haven't even gotten into the Katie Vick segment yet. Finally, Vince McMahon would come out saying your whole career sucked. Everything's horrible. He says he likens the whole thing to the Bailey, this is your life. And basically, Vince says tonight, yeah, it was god awful. It's a horrible way to go out. It really sucked. It was rotten. I'm ashamed of you both. McMahon says, good night. Let's wrap it up. Triple H asks if he's being thrown out of the Performance Center, and this is what we're getting. This was kind of the corny, awkward, funny, haha stuff that I was expecting for Triple H. Yeah. I mean, I guess it was funny. I know, Triple H is worn on me when it comes to his humor, because I don't really understand, like, when I am supposed to know that we're talking about boys in the back and when we're not, For when and where am I supposed to be suspending my belief here? Am I only supposed to do it when Triple H is in the ring or when he's not. I don't. Ebony saying he should stay away from meta moments. Yeah, he should. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of him. I don't like it. Initiator going wee. What did everyone think of SmackDown? 62% gave SmackDown a thumbs up, and that's pretty much par for the course because nobody watches SmackDown. All right, kids, buckle in. We're getting into the halfway point, nearly the halfway point of this thing, because I want to get into booking WrestleMania. I want to get into booking WrestleMania, and I know you do too. This is what I've been fiddling with the whole time as my marker. Lewis, I plan on fast-forwarding all this shit. Doug, I'm not here to convince you to watch it, okay? I'm just here to maybe help you make some life-affirming decisions and help you save time, I guess, okay? You'll know when something really cool happens when I'm really enthusiastic about it. It's kind of a ho-hum thing right now. Let's get to the news. Let's get to the milk carton. And then we do some fantasy stuff, and we talk a lot a bit in the chat room. So, let's first get sad news out of the way. I think it was last Tuesday, saw the passing of longtime WWF referee Jack Lotz, passed away at 86 due to complications of COVID-19. He was known as Jack Lotz. He was one of the top pro wrestling referees for New York State Athletic Commission. He was put on. He was in all of the early matches at Madison Square Garden for the WWF. His famous early matches, including Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik for the WWF title. He officiated the first 3 WrestleManias. Yeah. And if he wasn't the only referee that passed away, former WWE referee Billy Caputo passed away at the age of 72. Yeah, he was diagnosed with aggressive lymphoma of the bone marrow. He would be an inspector for the New York State Athletic Commission outside of professional wrestling. He was very active in the Stolzenhofer Council of the Knights of Columbus and was a longtime host of the council's Wounded Warriors program. Yeah, I don't like this sad news of a lot of old, man. Let's get away from the sads. Get away from the feels. Are there any refs in the WWE Hall of Fame? Seems like a couple should have already gone. You're going to see some refs going into the Hall of Fame for sure. I believe. Posthumously now. First quarter financials from the WWE. Revenue up 60% from last year, and WWE Network subscriptions are up. Revenue increased 60% to $291 million compared to the prior quarter. Operating income increased to $53.3 million from a loss of $6.8 on the prior year's quarter. Average paid subscribers to the WWE Network were 1.46 million. WrestleMania weekend subscriber additions were 2.1 million, the highest in history. Digital video views increased 25% to 9.6 billion. Hours consumed watching, 344 million across digital and social media platforms, increase of 15%. Vince McMahon was quoted in the press release talking about the COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on his business, saying, quote, "Our first quarter financial performance was strong and largely unimpacted by the COVID-19 outbreak. Now we are in the midst of unprecedented times, which require us to be especially nimble, creative, and efficient in order to ensure the long-term value of the WWE. We are taking precautions to protect the health and safety of our performers and staff as we produce content in new ways, engage fans with a much-needed diversion, and operate effectively in this evolving environment." During a conference call regarding the quarter ones, it was noted that there will be more cinematic-like matches in the WWE. Keep that in mind. when we're going to be talking about the WrestleManias. If you all like drama within your drama, on top of the drama, for the sake of drama, I provide you with this report from last Tuesday, where an alleged WWE employee issued a comment saying that they were forced to work, and the WWE denies the claims. Of course, this is a reported employee. Earlier that Tuesday, during the Orange County Board of County Commissioners meeting, an anonymous WWE employee named John issued a public statement saying, quote, "My employer, WWE, is forcing me to work the TV tapings for its weekly shows despite stay-at-home orders for coronavirus. I am unable to speak out as I need this job, and I know I will be fired if I approach my higher-ups. Despite sanitary precautions, we cannot maintain social distancing and have to touch other people. I request the government to shut down these tapings and enforce the stay-at-home order so my colleagues and I may follow social distancing rules without fear or repercussion of losing our jobs." I'm going to let that marinate a little bit. Let that marinate a little bit. WWE would respond later in the day, denying the allegations, saying, quote, "These accusations aren't true. Employees know they can confidentially go to human resources, not the public. Notwithstanding the appropriate protocol, no one would be fired if they were uncomfortable with their surroundings. We've made accommodations for individuals upon request." John, anonymous WWE employee, does not exist. He's just trying to rile up stuff. Any employee of any organization can easily go outside of their ways without making a public statement about their employer. Anyone can do that. There are whistleblower organizations. Call the police. See what happens there. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't buy it. Not buying it at all. It's a nice work. It's a nice way to try to get the indie fans and everyone who's anti-WWE riled up. Me, I don't like it that they're really doing this in these circumstances, but they got away with it. They got the order saying they're essential, by which means I don't agree with, but, yeah. All right. If you also like drama within your drama for the sake of stirring up drama, because drama, WWE NXT superstar Velveteen Dream is denying allegations of explicitly sending photos to a minor. As reported last Friday, Velveteen Dream was trending worldwide on social media on Friday following a screenshot that was posted to Reddit, alleging that he had an exchange with a minor on Instagram. It was alleged that Velveteen Dream sent a photo of his privates to the minor and then asked for a photo in return. There's been speculation that Dream's account had been hacked and that accessed any photos that he had previously shared with other individuals. Velveteen Dream took to the Twitter that Friday to deny the allegations, saying, quote, "Be assured I did not communicate inappropriately with anyone. A private photo of mine was shared without my consent or knowledge, and I am working with a third party to look into this matter." I got to tell you right now, okay? If anything like this was true, it would not have been made public. In fact, if any of this was known by authorities, proper investigating would have been done already. And if it were true, you would have already seen Dream's mugshot. Okay? Yeah. If any of this was true, you would only know about it after he had been arrested. because that's how quickly they would react to something like this. That's how quickly the investigating would begin. Parties would be hired to investigate if it was true or not. So there you go. If this were true, he would have been behind bars and we would have a mugshot and it would have been the top story this week. Sorry. Mike Chioda spoke out after his release last Wednesday. The longtime 35-year employee of the WWE tweeted, "I want to say thanks to the WWE, all my amazing WWE fans in the universe. 35 years and 31 years refereeing, working for the WWE has been a fantastic run. Just thanks everyone and tells everyone to be safe." So, yeah. He was one of over 20 personnel that was released last Wednesday. Speaking of people who were released, Tanara Conte yesterday posted a video on YouTube talking about her recent release, citing that she had to take care of personal stuff and her visa. She admits that she did ask for her release 3 months ago, but it was not granted to her. But then they gave her a call and say, "Hey, Tay, bye." Yeah, that's what she says. That's what they said. She says that she, in recent months with the WWE, just did not feel like she was having the opportunities to push herself within the WWE, which means, I sucked at my job. I mean, that's true, right? I didn't feel like I had the opportunities to push myself. To get the opportunities, you have to push yourself. They're not just given to you so you push. You sucked at your job. That's why you were released. And this is the chick who on April Fool's Day sent out an April Fool's joke on Twitter that she was pregnant. Bye, Felicia. Former XFL commissioner is reportedly suing Vince McMahon for wrongful termination. TMZ reporting that former XFL commissioner Oliver Luck is suing Vince McMahon for wrongful termination. According to the report, Luck says he received a termination letter on the 9th of April, spelling out the case against him. Luck is denying any wrongdoing. Luck says he fulfilled his end of the bargain, running the league since its resurrection in January of 2018, only to be wrongfully terminated, quoted. As for the specific allegations against McMahon, Luck redacted the details in his lawsuit, most likely due to a confidentiality agreement he signed with the company. So, sure. He's just suing because I want my money. Is why he's suing. All right, time for the Gronkowski report. Time for the Gronk report. On April the 21st, last Tuesday, it was reported that Rob Gronkowski, the current 24/7 champion of the WWE, is coming out of retirement and signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to play for Tom Brady. Gronkowski was traded along with a 7th-round pick by the New England Patriots to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in exchange for a 4th-round pick. Gronkowski reportedly informed the Patriots recently that he was interested in playing football again, but only wanted to do it with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Gronkowski is returning with a 1-year, $10 million deal and has already taken a physical. It is not known at this time what this means for his WWE contract, which was signed sometime in March of this year. Gronkowski was the host of WrestleMania 36, and he is the current 24/7 title holder. This was reported last Tuesday. Follow that up Thursday. Gronkowski comments on his status as the 24/7 champion. He would go to the Twitter, and here we go.
Yes, we need a lot of security. We need security everywhere, every tunnel, every entrance, everywhere in the stadium. because I'm the 24/7 WWE title belt champion right now of the world. And everyone's coming for me. Everyone's coming for me. My friends are coming for me. And it's special right now to have it during this quarantine time because no one can find me. No one can get to me. So I'm the champ for a while. I am the champ right now. And everyone's going to be coming for me. I got to have extra security. But what's crazy is that the security people, it's the 24/7 belt. Anyone can win it at any time. So I better watch out. My back. I got to watch my own back.
The WWE would issue a statement on that Tuesday that Gronkowski was traded and returning to the NFL, stating, "Congratulations, Rob Gronkowski, the current WWE 24/7 champion, on his return to football. Per the rules of the 24/7 title, Gronk must defend his championship at all times in any location. He could be celebrating a touchdown pass from Tom Brady anytime, anywhere." Right now, the Fox network, is loving this. The WWE is loving this. The NFL is loving this. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have cross-promoting between the WWE and the number one moneymaker in all of the United States, the National Football League. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, we have cross-promoting between the WWE and the number one revenue generator in the United States of America, the National Football League. And if WWE's had ESPN, they've had Sports Illustrated, Rolling Stone. This is unprecedented. Seriously, if the WWE and the NFL are smart, and Fox is smart, they would have this go throughout the entire NFL season. Seriously, the entire NFL season. This would be happening in press conferences, in the locker room, on the field, everywhere. This would be happening everywhere. This is fantastic. Was this in the books? I don't know. This is, Ebony, this is somehow what people thought the XFL was going to be. This is what the XFL should be. This is going to be unreal. Can you imagine Gronkowski just celebrating randomly and then one of his teammates pinning him? Then someone else making the three? The 24/7 title just hanging out on the sidelines? It's fantastic. I love this. The WWE and the NFL cross-promoting. It's happening. Whether the NFL likes it or not, it's happening. It's under contract. There's nothing in Gronkowski's contract between either entity keeping one from the other. All the meanwhile, AEW Cody is reportedly applying to trademark his name, Cody Rhodes. According to a new report from B-Dub Insider, Cody Runnels has applied last Monday, to trademark the name Cody Rhodes. The trademark application is found under GNS for bandanas, hats, hooded sweatshirts, jackets, socks. This is what every wrestling promoter tries to do. Nothing happening. WWE confirmed last Friday there will be no 2K21. Look at that makeshift graphic. Don't know where the heck that came from. WWE Interim Chief Financial Officer Frank A. Riddick III confirmed near the end of the quarterly financial report there will be no 2K21 this year. This would mark the first time since 1997 that a WWE video game will not be released annually. WWE Games took to the Twitter following Thursday's briefing that they will be sharing the details on the future of the 2K franchise. Here it is. We'll be sharing details. I don't care. Don't care. And nor should you. There are way better games you could play. That's all I got to say about that. This asshole congratulated Triple H. And finally, good news. A son of former WCW and WWE star Rick Steiner signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Bronson Rick Steiner, that's his real name, Rick Steiner, son of Rick Steiner, signed with the Baltimore Ravens. Rick Steiner, fullback for Kennesaw State University in Georgia, led the team with 909 yards rushing last season, averaging 8 yards a carry. At the university's pro day in early March, he recorded 35 reps on the bench press. He said that if he doesn't make it to the NFL, he's going to pursue a pro wrestling career. There he is. So there you go. There you go. That's the news. Injury report. Let's get that out of the way. Jinder Mahal, ruptured patella. He's supposed to be returning soon. You know, Money in the Bank sounds like a great place for him to return. Razar with a torn bicep. He should be back for SummerSlam times. Samoa Joe has not cleared concussion protocol since he got the bump on his noggin in February. Don't know when he's coming back. Lars Sullivan, major reconstructive surgery of an ACL and MCL. He should have been back by now. Xavier Woods and Ember Moon, both recovering from torn Achilles tendons. They'll be back for SummerSlam times. Boa, torn rotator cuff and labrum on the NXT side. He won't be back until SummerSlam. Fandango, dislocated elbow. He's probably not going to be coming back to the fray because he's too busy recording Southpaw Regional Wrestling Season 3. And finally, Jessamine Duke, reparative surgery on both elbows. She will not be back until SummerSlam times. Those are the people that are hurt. What about the people who aren't hurt? What about the people who are perfectly healthy? What about the people who haven't been on WWE television or pay-per-view for, say, 3 weeks? They end up on a very special list. A special list of my own design, but that I only constructed because I watch TV and pay attention. Yeah, it just doesn't feel the same with the Golden Gallons gone and all of the mainstays gone. But you know what? It is because of those releases 2 Wednesdays ago. That's why I do the milk carton. That's why I do it, to make you all aware. So, yes, everyone's getting hyped in the chat room. I got to stop keeping this from them. This is the only reason they show up at all for this show. It's the WWE milk carton.
Oh, I don't have any words to say, so I'm just gonna keep walking. Everybody stay inside. Don't do what I'm doing. I need a ventilator.
I tried. It's kind of a skim milk carton. It's about 35 deep this time around. Veteran! Hey, dog, tell the milk carton what's up. Yeah, we did. Veteran appearance for, I think this is his quarterly appearance for the milk carton. It's Bork Laser. Haven't seen Bork Laser. Prepare yourselves. This is why it's going to be kind of a deep carton. Because everyone from WrestleMania is on the milk carton that hasn't been on TV. Bork Laser, we haven't seen him since he dropped the WWE Universal title. WWE title to Drew McIntyre at the WrestleMania. Edge, haven't seen him since WrestleMania, since he and Randall Orton fought around the Performance Center and said absolutely nothing. Rhea Ripley, haven't seen her since she lost face at WrestleMania, losing the NXT Women's title to Charlotte Flair. Titus O'Neil, look, while we haven't seen Titus O'Neil since we all identified with him after the Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania when he said, "I don't know what I just saw." It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he's doing. You do you, Titus. Keep saving Tampa Bay. If he has not come up with a cure for this deadly disease, then I don't know why he's still employed. Mojo Rawley, haven't seen him since he lost the 24/7 title to Rob Gronkowski on WrestleMania. Natalya, haven't seen her since her pre-show match on WrestleMania against the Liv Morgan. AJ Styles, he's buried in dirt since his match with Undertaker at WrestleMania on April the 4th. Yeah, that's why we haven't seen him. That sounds pretty... This is canon right here. This is pure canon. Sami Zayn, haven't seen him since he defended his Intercontinental title successfully against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. He's too busy on the Twitter making fun of everyone who voted for Trump. R-Truth, haven't seen him since he lost the 24/7 title to Mojo Rawley or Gronkowski at the WrestleMania. Double D, Dominic Dijakovic, haven't seen him since the April 1st episode of NXT, where he was involved in a triple threat match, I believe, for the NXT North American title. It was between him, Keith Lee, and Roderick Strong, I think? Yeah, I think that's who it was. I'm not sure. Joaquin Wilde, haven't seen him since the April Fool's Day episode of NXT. He had a match against Kushida. He lost, and then he was abducted by Los Conquistadores and shoved into a Ford. Cameron Grimes, haven't seen him since the March 25th episode of NXT, where he had a confirmation match against Tony Nese, ended up winning to try to verify that he's a big deal, but we haven't seen him since. Killian Dane and his receding hairline. We haven't seen him since that same March 25th episode of NXT. He defeated some guy named Tahuti to try to confirm that he's a big deal, and apparently it's worked. Tyler Breeze, haven't seen him since that episode of NXT where he had a match against Austin Theory to confirm that Austin Theory was a big deal. That was actually successful because Austin Theory went on to tag team in a tag team title match at WrestleMania and is now a part of the Raw roster. Riddick Moss, haven't seen him since the March 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw, where he lost the 24/7 title to R-Truth while he was jogging in a neighborhood in Charlotte. Here's the big one. Here's a big one. Take it down. Burden, 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 burden. Roman Reigns, haven't seen him since the March 20th episode of Smackdown, where he signed the title contract between him and Goldberg for WrestleMania. That never happened. Jeff Hardy, we have been airing for the past 3 weeks clips of why his life was great and tragic, even though he's a drunk. Haven't seen him since the March 13th episode of Smackdown, where he beat Karen Bourbon, but he had been injured since last May and was found passed out in a stairwell in Myrtle Beach and drove drunk his Cadillac on Highway 49 in my home state. Kyle O'Reilly has diabetes, and so he's very susceptible to the COVID, so he is staying home in Canada. So until then, we're going to keep on saying that he has not been on television since the March 11th episode of NXT, where he and Bobby Fish went for their NXT Tag Team titles in a rematch versus Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle. Grizzled Young Veterans Haven't seen them since that same episode of NXT where they had been pumped for 2 to 3 weeks that they were a big deal now that they were in NXT. It has now been 6 weeks and we have yet to see them ever. What a waste of time. Raul Mendoza. Haven't seen him since his March 11th match against Kushida on an episode of NXT. You know, it's odd that the guys that are being abducted by the conquistadors and thrown into a Ford all had a match against Kushida. I'm just saying, if you have a match against Kushida, you watch your ass, okay? You watch your ass or the conquistadors are coming by you in an Enterprise. AOP, even though Razar is injured, I'm putting them both on here. AOP, haven't seen them since a Teddy Long special 8-man tag on Monday Night Raw. This was back when we actually had a crowd. Bobby Roode, haven't seen him since the March 8th Elimination Chamber, where he and Dolph Ziggler took part in the Elimination Chamber tag team title match of the Smackdown Persuasion. I'm sure he's in Canada and not coming down to Tampa or Orlando. Shorty G, haven't seen him since the March 6th episode of Smackdown, where he offered up his help to Apollo Crews in a match against Sheamus. Everything was turned down, and that program was destroyed. Marina Shaffir, she was last seen on the March 4th episode of NXT, shoving a stick into a cage so that Roderick Strong could use it on Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream won that match anyway. Curtis Axel, haven't seen him since the February 28th episode of SmackDown, where he had a match against Daniel Bryan, and Drew Gulak was on the commentary telling Curtis Axel to do things Curtis can't follow orders. Mansoor, haven't seen him since the February 27th Super Showdown, where he had his typical match against a white guy in his home state of South Dakota, further verifying for us that he only has matches in South Dakota. Bronson Reed, haven't seen him since the February 26th episode of NXT, where he had a match against Killian Dane in NXT's attempts to try to resurrect Big Boy Magic that Double D and Keith Lee had. Casey Catanzaro, haven't seen her since the February 5th episode of NXT. She had a match against Mercedes Martinez. I have yet to make a milk carton thing for Mercedes Martinez. Those two have not been seen on television since then, February the 5th. Shelton Benjamin, haven't seen him since January 26th. Royal Rumble, where he was duped by Bork Laser. Vanessa Bourne, haven't seen her since January 15th, where she was in the Battle Royale thingy in NXT to figure out the number one contender for the NXT Women's title. Bianca Belair would end up winning that and take it on over to NXT TakeOver Portland. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're in the home stretch because we're going before 2020 now. Mustafa Ali, haven't seen him since last year, December the 27th, on the episode of SmackDown where he was saying inspirational shit. We are all led to believe right now that he is in front of a computer saying that the truth will come, even though we haven't seen that guy in over 3 weeks either. God, I have dry mouth. And I got to do this now? Oh, boy. Initiator, we have not seen The Undertaker since WrestleMania. I do not count The Undertaker in this, as he is more auxiliary talent than he is actual main roster talent. Oh, boy. The Hacker should be on the milk carton, but the Hacker is not on the main roster. Oh, right. God, this is going to hurt. Take a sip of sources, Lewis. I'm out! I need to crack open a new one, and I'm saving that for when we start booking WrestleMania 37. Oh, boy, here we go. The Iconics have not been seen on the WWE TV or pay-per-view since November the 25th of last year.
Hey, Kayla!
We have not seen either of them since that episode of Raw where they were too busy trying to sell us shit on WWEshop.com.
You gotta be joking me! You call that journalism? Hey!
Oh, God.
Hey, Kayla!
Do I do that okay? Or are you guys just egging me on? It sounds horrible. I'm sure it sounds horrible. I'm sure it sounds incredibly horrible. We're refilling here. Damn it. I wish this was cold. But it's a little tepid. And that's okay. We will drink a tepid beer. We will drink a tepid Berliner Weisse. You see, I am the king of pouring. See, that's how you pour a beer, kids. That's how you pour a beer. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Praise me. Just get the damn Go XLR. Yeah, I think I am. I'm actually looking at getting Yes, I need to get a new microphone. Nobody is as good as Billy, so don't feel bad. No, you're right. You're right, Gills. We're just egging you on. I know, Quentin. I know you guys are. I mean, you guys like it. Get your soundboard set up. Yeah, I need to get a soundboard set up, CJ. Yes, I do. That's for sure. Bo Dallas. Haven't seen him since November 15th of last year, where he, Drew Gulak, and Curtis Axel were all in the ring making fun of Braun Strowman going into Survivor Series. And finally, the stalwart of the WWE milk carton. I know it's sad that the golden gallons of the colognes are no longer with us. I know it's sad. But it's time that we hope for a brand new one. You know, we count it down. We hope to see it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we are about 5 months away from this. So, the new stalwart of the WWE milk carton, Arturo Ruas. We have not seen him since the debut episode of NXT on the WWE Network. September the 18th of last year. We are less than 5 months away. Quentin asking, who is he? He had a match against Pete Dunne to verify and confirm that Pete Dunne is a thing. So, he is the brand new stalwart. I know it's not a cologne. I know it's not a cologne. It's just not as good. I mean, it's not a No Way Jose, but damn it, you got to take what you're given, okay? Oh, it's not too hot. It's not too warm. Okay, so that's beer. That's doing it for the WWE milk carton. Brace yourself. It looks like we got another 9 or 10 that are going to show up unless something doesn't happen soon. Big names that I'm seeing on this list. Kevin Owens. Bray Wyatt. Yeah. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Yeah. And the one that I'm kind of keeping my eye on that may not be showing up for a while, Tucker. So we got about 10 people. We got 10 performers that are due up for the milk carton if they don't show up on TV. So there you go. All right. Enough of this tomfoolery. Take a sip of the sources. Time for us to do some fantasy booking. Hell yeah. No, Bork. We don't want any more of you. We want to go fantasy booking. Let's go to Hollywood. All right. I'm excited about this segment. I'm excited about this feature because I wanted to blow through the TV shows. I wanted to blow through all of that. Not necessarily the milk carton. I know you guys like the milk carton. But I wanted to blow through all of that stuff as teaser to get to this. All right. Now, WrestleMania 37 next year. supposed to be over at SoFi Stadium in LA, but reports are that the stadium may not be finished in time for even the construction of the WrestleMania set, or even for WrestleMania in general. And so, what's going on with WrestleMania? Where are we going to have it? Lewis tapping out. See, enjoy the whiteboard. I will. Wee! So what are we doing here for WrestleMania? Well, a lot of those questions we can't answer, but I think we could. I think we can postulate a little bit here. But in order for us to write on this thing, where my green screen goes away, in order for us to write on this empty white thing, we got to answer some structural questions first. Okay? We have to answer some structural questions. So first, let's look back at last year's WrestleMania and how this was constructed, okay? The first ever WrestleMania to go 2 nights. Saturday, it went from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. Sunday, from 7 to 10:30. Actually, I think it went from 7 to 11, something like that. 7 to 10, 7 to 10:30. 2 nights for WrestleMania. First time ever, but took advantage of an empty performance center and a COVID-ravaged nation. And so it felt apropos. Oops. There we go. Whoops. Let's do this. So, yeah, 2 nights, WrestleMania. There were 16 matches at this year's WrestleMania. 9 of them title matches, 7 of them grudge matches, with 2 of those grudge matches being cinematic matches. Okay. Of those 9 title matches, they involved the Universal Championship, the World Title, the all women's titles, that was Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, all 3 tag team titles, that was Raw, SmackDown, and women's, and also the Intercontinental Championship. There were titles that were not fought at WrestleMania. United States, NXT North American, Little Critter. Yeah, so these were all of your title matches. This was also, I would call, the first WrestleMania where we had all 3 brands of the WWE universe in WrestleMania. Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. This involved a roster of 166 performers. Again, this year's WrestleMania, involving Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, saw a main roster of 166 performers. What is the main roster at now? Raw, SmackDown, and NXT comprise, after Wednesday's mass exodus, 148. Actually, 147, I'm sorry. 147 performers between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. I am not counting NXT UK. I am not counting 205 Live. I am not counting announcers, commentators, or auxiliary talent. These are the performers. 166 from the past WrestleMania, this coming 147, barring barring Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. They are not on the main roster. That'll make 149. Initiator asking, should we expect more cuts? I think so. You should expect more cuts to happen probably in the fall. That's why I don't think Arturo Ruas is going to make it. So, after looking at WrestleMania from this year and try to keep in mind the environment we're in right now, okay, being stay at home, is it going to stay that way? Are we going to be no longer have essential services, and is everyone just going to be a service? Will SoFi Stadium be built in time? Probably not. Then what are they going to do? It is now time. The bigger question with WrestleMania for next year is, how is it going to be structured? Because we can't rely on the past before this WrestleMania. We can't be looking at WrestleMania 35, 34, and 33 about how it's going to be booked. It was thrown for a loop this year. Okay? So how will WrestleMania 37 be structured? All right. Before we answer that, we've got to answer other questions. First question, will all three brands be represented at this WrestleMania? The answer, easy, yeah. All three brands are going to be at this show because NXT is part of the main roster now. NXT has their own show on the USA Network, same network that Monday Night Raw is on. That's why we have a main roster now of 147 performers. Before NXT became a brand, we did not have this big of a main roster. I added them willingly to it. And it should be considered a part of the main roster. Raw, SmackDown, NXT will all be represented at WrestleMania next year. Will WrestleMania 37 be 2 nights? The answer, yes. It will be. And it'll continue to be. With NXT as part of the main roster, takeover events are now irrelevant. There is no such thing as takeovers are done. Actually, I take that back. Takeovers will continue, but be their own pay-per-view outside of the Big Four. Doug, what are you saying? What I'm saying is your Big Fours could now potentially become 2-night events. Your SummerSlam weekend is now legitimately SummerSlam weekend. SummerSlam Saturday, SummerSlam Sunday. Survivor Series, night 1, night 2. Royal Rumble, night 1, night 2. WrestleMania, night 1, night 2. When you have a main roster that does 3 brands with nearly 150 performers, you have got to do this. You must have this. I'm not saying this because NXT should be part of the main. They just are. They just are. So, there you go. Question number 3. How many matches are going to be at WrestleMania 37? How many matches are we going to have on this 2-night card? Now that we've established it's going to be a 2-night card. The answer, 16 to 20 matches. We had 16 matches at this year's WrestleMania. That left out 3 different titles and a lot of grudge matches that we could have had amongst a lot of performers. Next year's WrestleMania could have the same amount, if not more. Because now that they've experimented with the 2-night philosophy, granted it was great that Saturday and Sunday were only 3 or 3.5 hours long. That ain't stopping them from going 4.5. That wasn't even counting entrances. Okay? If the entrances were added to those, God, it would have been much longer. Would have been much longer. Jamel's saying the WWE get greedy and have a Friday takeover into a 2-night Mania. Nah. Friday they'll do all of their Hall of Fame shit. Hall of Fame stuff. So, yeah, you can't. Yeah, Friday is SmackDown. And again, with NXT established now as a television show on USA, more of the performers on NXT are recognizable, and this has now turned TakeOver into WrestleMania Saturday. Just like SummerSlam Saturday, Survivor Series Saturday, Royal Rumble Saturday. Wouldn't it be great, thinking about the Royal Rumble, where the Women's Royal Rumble gets their own day and the Men's Rumble gets their own day? the Women's Rumble maybe main events on Sunday instead of Saturday. That's what we're looking at. So, Grash is reading my mind. So, Monday, go home Raw. Wednesday, go home NXT. Friday, go home SmackDown. WrestleMania Saturday. WrestleMania Sunday. Post-WrestleMania Monday. Post-WrestleMania NXT. Post-WrestleMania SmackDown. This is what we're looking at, are 2-day Big Fours. Big Fours are going to become 2-day events. Question number 4, will there be cinematic matches? Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, this was confirmed in the presser for their first quarter reports. Question number 5, how many title matches are there going to be at WrestleMania 37? My answer, it's going to be at least 12. Of the 16 to 20 matches that WrestleMania is going to have next year, a dozen of them will at least be title matches. Universal, WWE, NXT, all 3 brands as women's, mid-card, and tag team titles. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And your other 2 that are left out, and also throw in the women's tag team titles and the Cruiserweight title. So honestly, right there, Universal, World, NXT. Let's see. Raw women, SmackDown women, NXT women, IC US North American, SmackDown tag, Raw tag, NXT tag, women's tag, Cruiserweight. Those are 14 titles that the WWE has under their main roster. 14. I'm saying a dozen of them will be on WrestleMania. I would not have the North American or the Cruiserweight. NXT North American and the Cruiserweight titles, I wouldn't have those on there. So again, a dozen. Oh yeah, and the 24/7 title. Whatever. There are a dozen matches on next year's WrestleMania that will be title matches. So, with all of those questions answered, how is WrestleMania going to be structured? And I'm just talking the main card, not talking about the pre-show. I'm talking about the main cards for WrestleMania. That's all I'm talking about. Why does everyone that head booker in NXT need a damn title? I don't know, Ebony. I don't know. How will WrestleMania next year be structured? 2 nights, 18 matches, 9 matches each night. 18 matches. Of those 18 matches, a dozen of them will be title matches, 4 of them grudge matches, and then 2 of them cinematic grudge matches. Just like we had last year. AJ Styles and Taker, Cena and Wyatt. So, Quentin asking, will the NXT UK title be included in this? It could. It could. Don't see why not. But I'm only looking at Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Not looking at NXT UK. I threw the Cruiserweight title in there because that's under the NXT moniker. So, 18 matches. 12 titles. 4 grudges. 2 cinematic grudges. 2 nights. Is next year's WrestleMania. All right. Let's get to it. All right, I'm bringing up my full screen. I've got to go to my webcam here. I've got to switch it over so we go not mirrored. Going to excuse me here real quick. There we go. All right. Even though I know I'm going to be showing a lot of a lot of green, I still haven't figured out how to get rid of all my green. But who cares? Who really cares? Oh, it gives me character. All right, there we go. All right, it is time to attempt to book next year's WrestleMania. Here we go. You will see it here on the whiteboard. Night 1, completely blank. Night 2, completely blank. You know what? I'm getting tired. You know what? Go away. Night 2. All right. Jamel's in the market for a new microphone. What kind do I use? It is a cheap ass microphone. Newer. N-E-E-E-R. I got it as part of a combo getting this boom arm. So, all right. Night 1 and night 2. 2 nights, 18 matches, 9 matches per night, 12 title matches, 4 grudge matches, 2 cinematic matches. Let's start it off with WrestleMania Saturday. First off, big question. Are we going to be in SoFi Stadium for WrestleMania? Absolutely not. We are going to be in a regular arena for WrestleMania. We're going to be in the Staples Center. We're going to be at the Shark Tank. We're going to be somewhere where it's just a normal arena like you would have for a TV taping. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at COVID passing, but SoFi not being set up. So, I'm looking at getting a better mic. They're going to be at the Staples Center is what I'm looking at. So, night 1. The big question on this with night 1, WrestleMania Saturday. What are my major titles that I'm going to be putting in here? Last year we had Braun Strowman versus Goldberg. We had the Smackdown, the Universal title. Right now, Braun Strowman holds the Universal title. Do we see him having that going into WrestleMania? I'm not sure. But is the SmackDown men's title for Saturday or for Sunday? That's my question right now. I'm not putting in. I right now just need to know the titles. Right now, I just need to know the titles. Depends on what the story is, says Initiator. I hear you. Daniel saying Sunday. I saw some people saying Saturday. Ebony, I would keep the same titles as this year's show. Okay, we could. Jamel saying he doesn't see Braun having the SmackDown title into July, let alone Mania. Depends on where the draft is. There's not going to be a draft. Everyone is part of the main roster. There is no draft. Universal Night 2 because of Roman will main event. Well, you could have it on Night 1 also. Giving Strowman 6 months or less. That's quite, maybe. Are we going to have Goldberg and Brock Lesnar bail us out again? I don't know. WWE title on Sunday says, what I'm feeling right now is the Universal title that's on SmackDown is on Saturday, and the WWE title that's on Raw is on Sunday. That's what I'm feeling right now. But it really, again, you guys are saying it depends on who's going to be champion. If Roman Reigns is going for the Universal title, it's on Sunday, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I don't know who would be showing up to get Drew McIntyre's WWE title. Otis is going to win Money in the Bank and cash in. I love you, Ebony. I wish. Brock versus Roman unification. No, Gil, stop it. Nafis saying, yeah, if it's Reigns, it would be a Sunday main event. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because that's what I'm anticipating is Roman Reigns going for the Universal title. So, with that being said, I'm immediately putting in Night 2 the Universal title. Okay, Universal title is on night 2. And then with that being said, the WWE title on Raw is going to be on Saturday. All right. All right. All right. So we got that. Now, if those are my 2 main events for night 1 and night 2, what about the women? I have got Becky Lynch with the Raw Women's title. I've got Karen with the SmackDown title. And I've got Charlotte with the NXT title. All 3 of them were defended at this year's WrestleMania. Will all 3 be defended again at next year's WrestleMania? Do we see Charlotte still having... do we see all 3 of them that have the titles right now still having them? Daniel asking if Ronda's coming back. Ronda Rousey's contract ends at next year's WrestleMania. Ebony saying Nia versus Lacey for SmackDown. Oh, God. Oh, that sounds good. But Nia Jax is on Raw right now. Initiator says Charlotte's still going to have the NXT title. Charlotte versus Rhea for redemption. A year later? Ugh. Charlotte has the best shot at holding on to the belt, says Jamel. Yeah. Becky still has the Raw belt. So the only one we're seeing is Karen. Karen is losing the SmackDown women's title. To Sasha, I take it. Charlotte has to be in the main event women's match, says the piece. I completely agree. And that means that she has to be on Sunday, which means the NXT women's title is defended on Sunday. I think I'm going with that. No feuds end in NXT. Yes, a year later. Okay. I will go ahead and, Karen versus Sasha. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Karen versus Sasha. Karen and Becky lose their belts, says Jamel. I agree with that. I would love to kill Becky off, but maybe my plan with Becky Lynch was whoever won the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, comes out. She's about to pick Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title, and Ronda Rousey comes out, bowls her over, and says, no, I'm getting that title. I'm going against you at WrestleMania. If I'm getting Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title, it is on night 2. If I'm getting Charlotte Flair still being NXT Women's Champion, it's going to be on night 2. Which means Karen versus Sasha will be on night 1, which will bring up great memories of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn that happened on Saturdays. Or we could have a clusterfuck. It's what we had for the SmackDown Women's title. But I don't really see any changes involving the women's titles in regards to what night they're going to be comparing them to this year's WrestleMania. So, with that being said, I'm going to put the SmackDown Women's title on night 1. I'm doing that. SmackDown Women's title will be on Saturday. And then I'm going to do the Raw Women's title on Sunday. And then I'll break out my orange marker. Make sure that's an R. It looks like a D. And then I'll do the NXT title for the women on Sunday also. All right. Now, we got that. I'm not going through gimmicks right now. I'm just trying to figure out the title matches right now. We said we're going to have 12 title matches on this card. That's what's going to happen. I am not going to do the Cruiserweight or the NXT North American, is what I'm looking at. So, tag team titles. The SmackDown tag team titles were defended on Sunday. The Raw titles were defended on Saturday. I don't think that matters, but the one thing I do think that matters is when the NXT tag team titles are defended. That should be on Saturday. So, I'm just putting that out there. I'm just getting that out of the way because I don't think anyone really cares. So, I'm doing SmackDown tag team titles on night 2. Raw and NXT on night 1. Yeah. Raw tag, night 1. Then we're going to do SmackDown tag on night 2. All because of New Day. It's all because of the New Day. They're so freaking popular. That's the only reason. That's the only reason we're doing this. Okay? The only reason. And the NXT tag titles are on Saturday because everyone's used to NXT on Saturday. And they're going to do some weird, wacky shit that no one can follow. Now, big question. Big question right here booking-wise. Right now, we've got 4 matches booked for each night. 4 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday. Okay? Here's a really, really big question that I have got to ask. Okay? And I think it goes to how seriously we want to take this. What day is the NXT title being defended? What day is the NXT title being defended? And does it matter who is in the match to warrant it being on Saturday or Sunday? Who needs to be going after the NXT title to warrant it being on Sunday? I got everyone saying Saturday. I got Initiator Andrew saying Saturday. Gills and Daniel saying Sunday. Someone needs to... Dodger Ryan saying Saturday. Night 2 before the main event says Quentin. Yeah. It's big enough to be on a Sunday. Yeah. Have it either main or semi-main on Saturday. I'm almost treating the NXT title like a really good mid-card match. You know? Huh. And who needs to be going after it to warrant it being on a specific day? If I'm having Keith Lee go after the NXT title and Adam Cole still has it, I put it on Sunday. CJ banking on Seth Rollins possibly challenging for it? Maybe. But I see Keith Lee going for it. Andrew saying if Seth Rollins was going after it, it would be on Sunday. I've got a feeling I'm putting it on Sunday. If I'm wanting to push NXT, I want to have it on Sunday. Yeah, I'll do it on Sunday. Yeah. NXT title. NXT title on Sunday. All right. So we got all our NXT crap out of the way. We have 3 more title matches. Intercontinental, US, Women's Tag. I think it really doesn't matter on a lot of it. I don't think it matters where the IC or the US title go on either night. But I know right now with how it's looking, night 1, I'm going to have the women's tag. Yeah. Saturday, I'll have a women's match. Women's tag matches on Saturday. Women's tag matches on Saturday. I don't think it matters where the Intercontinental or the U.S. go, so I am just going to go. I'm going to put the U.S. title on Saturday. U.S. title on Saturday, Intercontinental on Sunday. All right. There we go. And then, to round it all off, 3 grudges. One of them cinematic. There we go. All right. So there we go. Here we go. So far, we're going to put in the specifics here in a little bit. So here we go. On WrestleMania Saturday, WWE title, SmackDown Women's title, the Raw Tag Team titles, NXT Tag Team titles, Women's Tag, United States title, 3 grudge matches, with one of them being a cinematic. Then we go to night 2, WrestleMania Sunday, Universal title, Raw Women's title, NXT Women's title, SmackDown Tag, NXT title, Intercontinental title, 3 grudge matches, one of them a cinematic. We have now structurally booked WrestleMania. Now, it's time to get the specifics. Here we go, guys. It's time to get specific. All right. I am throwing in my picks on what's going to be happening. Do I have a rag? Yes, I do. Here we go. All right. I am going to throw in, first off, what I think the no-brainers. Was there a grudge match besides Otis and Dolph? Yes, we had Elias versus Karen Bourbon, Edge versus Orton, AJ Styles versus Undertaker. Yeah. We had a lot of grudge matches. 9 title matches. 7 of them grudge matches. All right. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Aleister Black, Bob Lashley. How about that one? Okay. All right. Going into the go-tos. The Universal title. All right, guys. For the Universal title on WrestleMania Sunday, we damn well know Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to be in it. We damn well know that. Who's he got? Who is going to be Universal Champion going into WrestleMania next year? Definitely see Bray Wyatt. I don't see why not. Baron Corbin would be fantastic. Baron Corbin, Roman Reigns, with how much they've done throughout the entire year last year. Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, that would be so good. Oh, that would be so good. I don't know if I can do it, though. I just don't know if I can do it. I might do that. What is everyone saying? Roman Reigns, are they going to try to do Goldberg again? Even though they couldn't last year? I mean, this year? I don't know. I don't know if they're... I don't know. Corbin Reigns sounds so good. God, that sounds so good. But I just don't know if I can do it. I don't know. If not Karen Borman, I was thinking Goldberg again. And I know Wyatt sounds good, but I'd like to have Wyatt on the auxiliary if I want to have a grudge match of some kind. Jamel saying Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. That could happen. But right now they're enjoying Daniel Bryan kind of being on the mid. Don't want to pump him up too high. I don't know. Oh my God, yes. Have Reigns and end the Fiend. Yeah, we could do that. Even though I like the idea of keeping the Fiend behind if I want to have a grudge match. I don't. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Wyatt gets the title. Yeah, I got to do. Yeah. Jamel saying Otis versus No, it's not. Stop it. No, I'll do Wyatt Reigns. Yeah. Wyatt Reigns. All right. Wyatt Reigns. Got it. Okay. Raw Women's title, I don't care. You can't talk me off of this ledge. You can't talk me away from this ledge. I am sold on it. I don't care. She is a great saleswoman. I am sticking with this. Don't give a good goddamn. Okay? I'm not locking it. I'm not locking this Raw Women's title match, but damn it, I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. I want Becky and Wanda. Oh, yeah. I want Becky and Wanda. That's what I'm going to do. Yes. I'm right now concentrating on night 2 of WrestleMania, is what I'm looking at. Okay? WrestleMania night 2. Because then night 1, you can screw up. You know, it doesn't really matter. All right. NXT Women's title. Charlotte Flair is the NXT Women's Champion. We are seeing her being that champion for a very long time. Are we saying Rhea Ripley's going to go again? No, I don't like that. Charlotte Flair, guys. NXT Women's title. Charlotte Flair. Who we got? Io Shirai, Mia Yim? I don't know. Jamel, Charlotte, Tony Storm. The one with the thickness? Tony Leg Day, Everyday Storm? Tony Storm would be good. I could see that. Yeah. I really can't. I'll be honest, that's one that's sticking out to me right now. Yeah. Because Rhea Ripley, I just don't see it. Yeah. What is the new... I think it's Ryza is what it is. CJ would know. The new Atelier Iris game that's out now. It's a Ryza, I believe. Damn it, Tony Storm is a Ryza. Okay. Yep, let's do it. Oh, wait, no. CJ, no. Candice versus... Ooh. Oh, scratch that thought. Scratch it. No. Charlotte versus Candice. That's it. There it is right there. There it is. Gosh, we were so wrong. Charlotte versus Candice Larae. Yeah. It's either that or Candice Larae versus Tony Storm. I don't know about that. I will go Charlotte versus Candice. Well, that's heel versus heel, though. I could do Candice LeRae, Tony Storm. Or Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley. Actually, Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley's got a good storyline to it going back to World War III. I think I'm going to go. No. I think I'm going Candice LeRae, Rhea Ripley. Well, I know we can do a triple threat initiator. I know that. We can always do. A lot of these can just be clusterfucks, but I'm not taking the easy way out. I just cannot take the easy way out. But yeah, no, you're right. We got to keep Charlotte protected. But I got to name it. I got to name this. So Charlotte Flair, Candice LeRae, Toni Storm. How's that? Triple threat, Charlotte, Candice, Toni. Candice is champion versus Toni. We could do that. Who's our triple threat? If I'm doing triple threat in NXT, what is it? Charlotte, Candice, Toni? No, Piper Niven. No, we can't. No, she hasn't been seen in the States. No, I don't see that happening. Okay, I'm doing that. All right, that's the three-way. That's a triple threat three-way. All right. That's a three-way. That's the triple threat. I keep wanting to say the kinky. There. All right. Flair, LeRae, Toni Storm. All right. SmackDown Tag Team Titles is going to be a clusterfuck. Don't care. SmackDown Tag Team Titles is a clusterfuck. We can't make that an actual match. It's a clusterfuck. SmackDown Tag Cluster. Okay. NXT title. Oh, okay. NXT title. NXT title. NXT title. I put it on Sunday because Keith Lee's going to be in it. I put the NXT title on Sunday because Keith Lee's going to be in it. CJ Seth Rollins wins the Rumble, goes after Keith Lee. Ooh. I see Keith Lee Fonz Balor or Keith Lee Johnny Gargano. That's what I see. Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee, Fonz Balor. CJ, you confirmed the fuck out of Keith Lee with Seth. Oh, God, you're right. Yeah, if I'm wanting to confirm Keith Lee. Yeah, if I want to confirm Keith Lee. God, that sounds... Well, what the hell? We're doing it a year out, right? We're doing this a year out. Man. Gosh, I've got so many ideas running through my head right now. For example, I haven't even tapped into who's winning the Royal Rumbles. Man, this is tough. All right, I'll go ahead and put it. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll do Seth and Keith Lee. I'll do that. I'll do Lee and Rollins. Sure. That sounds fun. Intercontinental title, who gives a good god... Wait a minute. No, there is a way we can give a good goddamn about the Intercontinental title. I know I said I'd love it if it would have happened at WrestleMania, but it didn't. But god dang it. I want Karen Bourbon winning a title at WrestleMania. I need Karen Bourbon to win a title at WrestleMania. I need Karen Bourbon to win a title at WrestleMania. It's going to be the Intercontinental title. Who is he beating? Or is it just a clusterfuck? Do I just do that? I just do a clusterfuck Daniel Bryan putting over Corbin? I gills. That's what I'm thinking. CJ saying Bryan Corbin. Are we saying Daniel Bryan is going to be the Intercontinental Champ here? Anti-villain saying, nah? What are we doing here? Daniel Bryan is champ, losing to Corbin. I got to go with that. I've got to go with that. Yeah. I got to go with that. I got to have Corbin winning the Intercontinental title. I have to. All right. There we go. Bryan, Corbin. All right. Finally. We're just on the final night, guys. We're only on the first night. I mean, I'm not the first night, the second night. 3 grudge matches. Do we want to touch those? Do I really want to touch grudge matches? I haven't. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to hold off on the grudge matches. Okay. Let's hold off on the grudge matches. Okay. Let's hold off on that. Because I really want to knock down the title matches. Those are the easiest to put together. And then once we've got an idea of what our title matches are, then we can whittle down who's left and do that. All right. WrestleMania Saturday. The Raw WWE title. Drew McIntyre. Who we got? Drew McIntyre, Raw WWE title. What do we got? First off, before we do anything here, we haven't even said who's going to win the Royal Rumble. Okay? Who is going to win the Royal Rumble? Is it Burdern to challenge Bray Wyatt? That sounds good to me. So, who is going to be going for the WWE title? Will Drew McIntyre still have the title going into WrestleMania? I don't know. Dodger Ryan Drew versus Jinder. I see that happening while this is going on. Man. Randy Orton? I don't know. Randy Orton, don't even know if Edge is still around. I don't know. Drew versus Andrade? They just had a match on Raw. No, I can't do that. No fucking reason, but I love Tucker. Yeah, I know. Give it to Tucker. I don't know. Aleister Black? Maybe. No, Bray Wyatt's in our match against Burdern. You can't do that. Ray. Oh, Rey Mysterio. I don't know about that. Black. Again, no. Aleister Black and Andrade. No. Wait. Quentin. Now we're talking, Quentin. Samoa Joe, returning Samoa Joe? Returning Samoa Joe sounds pretty good. Or do I have someone winning the Royal Rumble that we don't know and just comes on in and does it? Drew Braun Strowman? Maybe, Michael. Maybe. CJ saying Drew versus Joe? That's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Why not? Why the hell not? You know what? I like the idea of Samoa Joe winning the Royal Rumble. Wouldn't that be great? You know? 2 WrestleManias that he's missed out on because of injury. And it doesn't matter if Joe wins a title or not at WrestleMania. At least, damn it, he gets in, you know? I'll do that. I'll do Joe Drew. That sounds good. SmackDown Women's title. SmackDown Women's title. This is going to involve the winner of the Royal Rumble. Unless we've got Candice Lara and Toni Storm winning the Royal Rumble, which I don't think would be fair. Or Wanda Rousey wins it. But are we saying Karen Sasha? Mandy Sonya. Stop it. Stop it. Naomi Sasha? I really wish they would push Naomi. I'm really let down by how they're treating Naomi. God, she had such a look. I'm not locking a damn thing that I'm doing here, by the way. I don't know. Karen Mandy sounds great with Otis gyrating in the background. Ruby Riott. I'm not buying anything Ruby Riott is selling. No, not at all. Not yet, anyway. Tamina will be involved randomly. Well, she's being involved right now. She's being involved in the split between Sasha and Karen. Okay? This is a tough one. Is it just a clusterfuck? We can't do a clusterfuck. We had one last year. No. I'm going to do... No, I can't. Damn it. I don't know. I really don't know. Is Karen even involved in this? Who is winning the Women's Royal Rumble? Who is winning the Raw Women's Royal Who is winning the Women's Royal Rumble? Who's winning it? Nia Jax, right? Right? Nia Jax. I know everyone's going, she almost killed Kairi Sane last Monday. Tough shit. Kairi Sane needs to eat more. I'm looking at Nia Jax winning the Royal Rumble. Shayna Baszler winning the Royal No anti-villain. Dakota Kai's not doing crap. Stop it. No. Stop it. No. I can buy Shayna Baszler. I can buy Baszler winning the Women's Rumble. She almost did. Nia versus Sasha, says CJ. I want Nia Karen. All right. I need Nia Karen. Okay. God, that would be so good. CJ's trying to sell me here. Anti-villain EO versus Sasha. No! EO's in NXT and hasn't done a damn thing in Raw or SmackDown. Come on. Think a little bit. No. Stop looking at NXT. Oh, Lacey Evans winning the belt at Mania would be Merkin as fuck. Yes, I understand that. But she's already tried doing it. No, she's already tried doing it. I'm so torn. I don't know. Karen has to face somebody. No, scratch that. No, she doesn't. She can have that in a grudge match. No. No. Okay, first off, Karen and Sasha are not going to be SmackDown champs. No, they are not going to be SmackDown champs. Neither one of them are going to be the SmackDown Women's Champion. Who is going to be SmackDown Women's Champion going into WrestleMania? Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? Who you got? Come on. Go with Lacey. Put a clusterfuck and move on. All right. clusterfuck right now. All right. SmackDown women clusterfuck. Good job, guys. Good job, guys. Nope. Raw Tag Team Titles. Raw Tag Team Titles. I didn't have a clusterfuck this year. I didn't have a clusterfuck this year. I didn't have a clusterfuck this year. Raw Tag Team Titles. Who's got them right now? Who is it? Street Profits? Oh, fuck. I'm doing... Oh, God. Ugh. Clusterfuck again. Ugh. 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 I don't even want to think about that. Ugh. NXT Tag Team Titles. This one... Yeah, okay. All right. This one we got to think about. NXT Tag Team Titles. NXT Tag Team Titles. All right. Oh, God. I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I don't care. Is that bad? NXT Tag Team Titles, it's grizzled young veterans and someone else. I don't know. Grizzled young veterans versus someone. I don't know. I don't care. I've gotten to the point now where I don't care. Women's Tag Team Titles. Oh, God. Speaking of not caring. Ugh. Okay. All right. Women's Tag Team Titles. Women's Tag Team Titles. Oh, God. Later, CJ. God. Bliss and Cross have the Women's Tag Team Titles right now. I want the Iconics. I don't care. I want the Iconics. And that's what I'm going to get. Bliss and Cross are going to blaze through every tag team, and then the Iconics show up. Yes. I don't care. Bliss and Cross, applesauce, horse shit. Iconics. All right. Then finally, the United States title. Andrade versus Rey Mysterio, part 2,471. Seriously. Seriously, that's what I'm looking at. No, I don't know. Aleister Black versus somebody. Aleister Black versus somebody for the U.S. title. Andrade versus Theory? No. When you say be creative, you mean use small guys. Oh, God. I don't know. I can't use clusterfuck as my way out, okay? I can't. Not this time. Not on the last one. I'm not doing it, okay? No, not Walter. I know that sounds great, but no, not Walter. Garza versus Black. I see Aleister Black being U.S. champ going into Mania. I see Aleister Black being champ going into Mania. Who's he got? Who has Aleister Black got? Who has Aleister Black got? I don't know. Ricochet? Yeah. Ricochet it could be. Maybe. Black AJ. Aleister Black, AJ Styles, I've already gone at it. Sorry. Aleister Black Orton. There we go, Gills. Now we're talking. Aleister Gills, Randy Orton sounds good. Randy Orton sounds good. Who else is there? Who else we got? Not Murphy. No. Right now, Aleister Black, Randy Orton sounds good. That sounds really good. Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea. I like Black Orton. If it's not for the U.S. title, it could be a grudge match. But Black Mass versus RKO, that sounds great to me. That sounds really good to me. Keeping the grudge matches open for now, that's something that we will try to do some other day. Okay? We will try to do that some other day, probably in a month. We may change some things after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Okay? So, here we go. Night one of WrestleMania Saturday. We will have Drew McIntyre versus Samoa Joe for the the Raw WWE title. SmackDown Women's title clusterfuck. A Raw Tag Team title clusterfuck. For the NXT Tag Team titles, it's going to be Grizzled Young Veterans versus somebody. Women's Tag Team titles, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Iconics because I said so. Aleister Black versus Randy Orton for the United States title. 3 grudge matches, and one of them being a cinematic grudge match. All right. But to the one that we put the most thought into. And that would be Sunday. There we go. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. It's going to be on Sunday. Becky Lynch versus Wanda Rousey for the Raw Women's title. In a triple threat match for the NXT Women's title will be Charlotte Flair versus Candice LeRae versus Toni Storm. We're going to have a SmackDown Tag Team title clusterfuck match. For the NXT title, and I kind of think this might happen. Keith Lee versus Seth Rollins for the NXT title. Daniel Bryan versus Karen Bourbon for the Intercontinental title. And then 3 grudge matches and a cinematic match. Initiator, do we have a women's grudge match yet? That's what Karen and Sasha Bailey sounds like to me. And Sasha sounds like to me. That's what Karen and Sasha sound like to me. Karen and Sasha sounds like a typical women's grudge match right there. Other grudge matches, we'll start brainstorming on those next week. No, in a few weeks. Because next week we're predicting the Money in the Bank show. Yeah. Next week we're predicting the Money in the Bank show. Also, what else? We will try to think about those grudge matches. Please think about those. And maybe after the Money in the Bank show, we will maybe adjust some of our predicting. But the big thing is the WrestleMania whiteboard that we put together, we are always looking at and always adjusting. And so, yeah, it will always change. So this is not set in stone. It's just a nice little fun exercise to do. Doug, why do you keep on messing with your green screen? It's because it sucks. That's why. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that little fantasy brouhaha that we did. Card subject to change. And that's going to do it for Wrestleview Weekly. Oh, man, my throat and my throat is killing me. I got some dry throat here. I gotta take care of that. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Tune in tomorrow. Mike and Victoria going over Monday Night Raw, which will have been recorded on that day. And also they're recording next week's Monday Night Raw tomorrow as well. So they're going to be doing that. Mike and Jerome might show up for Saturday's Wrestleview news. I'm not sure. We'll see. It depends on how everyone feels, how everyone's doing. And then finally, show up here. Dodger Ryan, thank you so much. Whee! And also next week, show up here. Wrestleview Weekly. We are predicting Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up on May the 10th. You know how that works. This stuff is on the line when it comes to predicting the WWE pay-per-views. So definitely tune in to witness the horrible decisions that I make in my life. I am Doug Lackey. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Don't take all the toilet paper. Leave some for that 500-pound woman that you just saw coming out of the parking lot. And the other line that I say. Yes, the other line that I say. Yes, there is the other sign. Yes. And as always, be good to yourself and each other. No, wait, that's Jerry Springer. No. Stop waffling. Not waffling. Gonna say the line. Know when you're being sold to.